The name of this movie recap is The Curse of Bridge Hollow 2022. The film recap begins with a demonstration of a family, in which 3 people were depicted. A girl named Sydney and her parents. These people were leaving their town and going to the city. That means they will stay there from now on. The name of this town was Bridge Hollow. Now her parents were happy with that, but Sydney was not, because she didn't want to leave her city. So she is constantly arguing with her parents about it. Once they enter the city, Sydney is very happy to see the environment there. Since Halloween was near, the people of the town decorated their houses, in which puppets were like people, zombies, and the decoration of various things that looked very nice. Halloween is actually a festival in which people, dressing in different ways and wandering around. This means wearing different types of clothing and face masks. Along with this, they also decorate their houses. After that, these people get to their homes. When Sydney comes here, she asks her parents, "Shall we celebrate Halloween this time? Will we decorate our homes like these people?" Which her parents reject by saying no. "We will be busy with shifts and will not have time." The real thing here was that Sydney's father, he didn't want to celebrate Halloween at all. Neither he nor he let anyone celebrate this holiday in his house. Now her father met one of his neighbors, who's going to tell him, "You're going to help me decorate for Halloween." But he unequivocally refuses and comes to the house with his family. Then at night, Sydney's mom and dad, they arrange things in their houses. Here her father got emotional after seeing a picture of the whole family, and he tells his wife that Sydney is changing day by day. It's not like before. When his wife hears this, he explains that it is about that our daughter Sydney is now growing. So it is obvious that there has been a change in her. So how can it be like before? Now you should give some time to your daughter too. He needs our care and a little independence. Now Sydney's father hears her words carefully. The next day, the whole family goes by car to visit this city, from where people were busy preparing for Halloween. When they stopped at one place, they also met the mayor of the city, who tells them the story of the strange man Jack. He tells them that many years ago in this town, Bridge Hollow, there used to be a man named Jack Hollow. The people of the town were tired of his bad behavior and actions, tied him with a rope and killed him. When Jack went to hell, the devil felt very bad for him. He wanted to help him, so he gave Jack a hellfire pumpkin, which is Jack's house. It means he is trapped in it. Now people believe that one day Jack will return to Bridge Hollow to get revenge on the people here. Sydney and her mom love this story, and they also believe it to be true. But her father does not like this story, and they don't even believe in these useless things. So she tells Sydney to go see the whole city with me. But Sydney doesn't go with him and goes alone to visit this whole city and see it. As he wandered the streets of this city, sees Bridge Hollow Cemetery. As soon as he sees it, he enters it. Because she liked all these things very much. He starts to hear a lot from the house in the cemetery. As they approach him, 3 children come out. When Sydney saw them, she started talking to them. They tell about them. Sydney discovers that these people believe in ghosts, and to find them, they often went to such places. Now when these people find out that Sydney is moving to that new house, they are very surprised. Then, seeing their surprise, he asks, "What happened to you? What is it in our house?" Then they take Sydney to the statue of the woman, and say that this statue is the oldest woman in this city. She first came to this city. She used to believe in ghosts. She was very good at black magic and its antidote. She had such power that she could talk to these spirits. And we were shocked to hear the name of your house, because the death of this old woman was in your house. So everyone believes that her soul is still in that house. After hearing all this, Sydney is not afraid. Instead, a smile appears on her face, because she was satisfied that, in addition to boring things, there will be something new in the house. The children were quite shocked by her smile. They say, "Well, if you're not afraid, then you are talking to the soul of the woman." After hearing this, Sydney returns home and tries to talk to the old woman's soul through a black magic tablet. Then the door to her room immediately opened by itself. When she saw that, she got a little scared, but she got up and went out of her door. He sees the warehouse door also open by itself. Once inside, she found an album there, which had a lot of pictures. She saw the warehouse doors close by themselves. That scared Sydney, and in haste, as soon as she turned back, the wooden wall cracked due to the fall of the pole. When she looked into it, she saw something there. That's why he breaks the whole wooden wall. He sees that there is a wooden box inside. He gets it out of there and carries it out. Some words and numbers were written on this box. As soon as he opens the box, a pumpkin falls out. Sydney starts to smile when she sees this. Maybe she was thinking of the story of Jack, which the mayor said. Even the devil turned it into a pumpkin. But then he comes and tells everything to his mom and dad. But her father doesn't believe in these things as usual. On the contrary, he scolds her. He gets angry and goes to his room. After she leaves, Sydney's mother begins to criticize her father, that she is your daughter. You shouldn't have said it was too bad. The next day, Sydney's father goes to school and will meet the director there because he's a science teacher and got a job there. Her father really liked her at school. He really liked the lab, except for the skeleton, because as soon as it fell upon him, he became afraid. Now the skeleton wasn't real, but he was very scared. Sydney will also gain admission to this school, where he meets 3 children who met her in the cemetery. Sydney befriends the 3 of them, so whatever she did last night and whatever happened to her, she tells them about it too. It means that he is trying to speak to the old woman's soul. Independent door opening. Now one of the girls is saying it to Sydney. There will be a Halloween party tonight. Everyone in town will come, so you two can dress up in Halloween costumes. We're going to have a lot of fun. But Sydney refuses to come, saying, I'm sorry I can't come, because according to Halloween, I have no clothes. And anyway, my dad doesn't like Halloween at all. He'll be mad, but I'll try anyway. Anyway, when her father walks home from school, he sees a pumpkin lying on the table, and Sydney is also coming out from behind. She was wearing a Halloween outfit, but because he didn't like Halloween, he became angry with her. But he ignored his father's words. Sydney lit a candle in the pumpkin. Thanks to this, he begins to see a red light in himself. Angry at this, her father blows out the candle, but after a while it burns again. And when her dad blows out the candle again, this time his hand is burning. Now, after blowing out the candle 3 minutes 4 times, it burns itself. Because of this, her dad throws the pumpkin in the trash. But then suddenly the trash can starts moving on its own. It was quite fast and they were both quite scared to see it. And then suddenly a bat with red eyes climbs out of the trash can. He flies all around and starts to haunt them. He flew very fast. Sydney's father breaks a lot of things in the house to send him away. But he didn't run at all. He turns upside down, showing his scary eyes and scaring them. And then he breaks the window and climbs out. Sydney then looks out the window at the bat, who goes to decorate the house in front. That is, to the puppets that were produced there. And surprisingly, he puts life into all those decorations. Then not only the house, but all the decorations of the house come to life. And then Sydney decides to go out and have a look. But her father stops her. He then calls his mom, who is at the Halloween party, because she set up a food stand there. Sydney tells her mom, Dad won't let me go out. Tell me, should I go out? To that her mom says, yes daughter, go, but with your dad. Now we see a terrifying sight of the outside world, where all the decorations of the city come to life. This includes human puppets, ghosts, zombies, and skeletons were included. Along with that, they looked pretty scary, because their eyes were red. When Sydney and her father come out, he sees this horrifying scene from his eyes. All their neighbors' decorations came to life and attack them, after firing his gun, killing them. Later, Sydney takes a shovel to help. He starts killing all the zombies one by one. This will kill all the zombies. When he talks to his neighbor now, he says that maybe a ghost came here, which is very dangerous. I think it's Jack's soul. And to all this, an old woman who is an expert in black magic. Her daughter can help us, because he's still alive. After hearing this, Sydney did a lot of convincing to her father. Finally, when her father agrees, they go to meet the old woman's daughter. After meeting the old woman's daughter, who is also quite old, tells his childhood story. Because my mom believed a lot in black magic, so one day she decided with her friends that, by performing a ritual, black magic, he will end the curse of the man Jack forever. Because after going to hell, he became very dangerous, and whenever he returned, he would cause much destruction. Then during the ritual they discovered that Jack can live in this world forever. If on Halloween night at 12 p.m., he changes his soul into someone else's and sends it to hell. That means he used someone else's soul instead, which means it was clear that if he came into this world, he would have annihilation. But then somehow my mom did a ritual and trapped Jack's soul in his pumpkin. That is, the pumpkin that the devil of hell gave him. And Sydney, the pumpkin you have is Jack's. Jack's soul was freed by relighting his candle. This means that a devil from hell is coming who is quite big and dangerous. His eyes also have the same red light. He had a gun in his hand. It revives the decoration of the spider and spreads spiders everywhere. This starts to sting people after they get dressed. As a result, much destruction occurs. Seeing the situation, Sydney's father makes acid from the liquid. Sydney also gives one bottle. Both daughter and son kill all the spiders, then sprinkle it everywhere. They were both happy, and after opening the door comes a giant spider and attacks Sydney. Its size was quite large and its eyes were red like blood. To save the life of his daughter, Sydney's father, after making the spider run after him, he starts running. After arriving at the place, he holds both legs to stop it, but the spider traps him. Before it could kill him, Sydney arrives and burns the spider. As a result of this fear, the spider runs away from there. Later, they both come out and sit in the car. After a short argument, he convinces his father. She brings him to her friend's Halloween party. He tells his friend everything that happened a while ago. Halloween that came to life, the arrival of the devil, and about the giant spider. A friend finds Sydney on the internet and tells them about the old woman's magic book, a book that could help them. He finds that this book has already been bought by the seller. He keeps all the old stuff with him. Her friend remembers this dealer being present at the same party. Later, they all go separately and find the leader. One of Sydney's friends finds a dealer. He said he sold the book to someone who lives in the next town. During this time, all the Halloween decorations come alive and start attacking them all. They run away for their lives because there was a Joker decoration behind them, and he attacks Sydney's father and constantly attacked him, but he ran away every time. They all get together and decide to go to the next town, where it is the person who bought the book from the seller live. Now they're going to get to the city somehow. When they arrived at his house, they found it was none other than the headmaster of Bridge Hollow. When everyone asks about the book, he shows them the book and also tells them how to use it. But he was also telling them, if you want to send Jack's soul away with this book, you must summon the soul of an old woman. During their conversation, all the skeletons of the house come to life. All the Halloween decorations start going in after breaking the windows of the house and attack everyone. Once they run away from them and come to the basement of the house, Sydney has a book in her hands, and as she ran, a skeleton attacks her and she falls, and the book also falls out of her hands. Later, he comes to the cellar and asks his father to fight them all. From her father's childhood memories, we learn that's why he doesn't like Halloween and afraid of skeletons. In fact, her father was beaten in a bet by his friends and sent him to an abandoned house. The house was said to be a haunted house. As I was beaten in the bet, I had to go there, but my foot got stuck in the wooden floor. To save my leg, I'd break the floor, but suddenly I started to fall into it. When I fell, I went to the basement of the haunted house. I passed out when I went there. When I woke up, there were many skeletons around me. I've been afraid of skeletons ever since. This is why I hate Halloween. That's why I never celebrated. Sydney hears her father's words and comforts him. Dad, you are not a coward. You are brave and you can do anything. You can fight anyone. When her father hears her words, he gets motivated. So he takes the blade machine from close range. He killed all the skeletons with bravery by cutting them up. Whoever got in his way, he killed them. Seeing her father's bravery, Sydney is proud of him. She watched him happily. Her father also seemed quite peaceful. When he did, he felt quite at peace. Another happiness could be seen on his face. After everything is over, when they come out, he sees that all the Halloween decorations are gone. They were obviously alive and spread throughout the city. Seeing this, Sydney understands that all this must be done by Jack's soul. He then had to send everyone to a Halloween party. Everyone starts coming to the party too. On the way, Sydney tells them that it will take a lot of time. We cross the cemetery road. This will take us a little way. Agreeing with her, he enters the cemetery. Sydney, already deep in thought, stops everyone. As she looks at her father, she says to finish with Jack. We need the old lady too, because there is danger to all the townspeople and my mother. We must speak to the old lady's soul. Sydney's father also agrees, and they all go to the old lady's grave. He tries to talk to the old woman by holding hands. How was the headmaster with them, who knows a little magic? So they manage to summon her soul. Upon arriving here, her soul enters Sydney's father. After she goes to him, she starts talking to everyone. Sydney tells her, I made a mistake. I freed Jack. First he gets angry and then he tells them a spell to send Jack away. He then comes to her grave and leaves the body of Sydney's father. Her father becomes normal. Then all the people go to the Halloween party. We see Sydney's mom setting up a booth for a Halloween party, but it didn't go as well as she thought. So he's coming home. There, Sydney and her father came to a Halloween party and saw that Jack made the biggest ornament alive, a pumpkin, and set it on fire. The biggest fear was that his own soul was involved. Sydney tells her father that it will soon be 12 before Jack's soul comes here after sending someone's soul to hell. Before that, we have to stop Jack. When her father heard this, he said that Jack, in order to exchange his soul, she will need his pumpkin. This is nowhere else but at home. Later, we see a scene of their house where Sydney's mother was alone. Jack's pumpkin was there on the table, in which the red light starts to burn. Her mother starts hearing strange noises. After a while, Jack's soul appears in front of her. His size was quite large and he put the pumpkin on his head. As soon as he arrives, he holds Sydney's mother. He gets scared and starts running. At the Halloween party, Sydney and her dad see the mayor's car, in which they sit together. His dad starts driving away after starting the car. Then Jack's army comes and stops there. That looks pretty scary. When her father sees this, he gets angry and after starting the car at full speed, and starts walking between them. Anyone who got in his way smashed them. Eventually they get out of there. He also smashes the big spider with his car and ends it as well. Returning home, they find Sydney's mother captured by Jack. Sydney wants to save her mother. Her father stops her and starts fighting with Jack. She grabs Sydney's mother's hand, because Jack captured her from the other side, who starts sending her after opening the gates of hell. Now Sydney's father remembers the spells the old lady used to tell. How do we know she was inside him after he said the spells? So the charms remained in his mind. As he drags Sydney's mother inside, he begins reading spells. The entire army of Jack's army starts heading towards the Halloween party. To fight them, all the townspeople, they were ready after they took their weapons. Now Sydney's father somehow completes the spells. As a result, Jack's soul was once again trapped in that pumpkin. Now Sydney blows out the pumpkin candle. As a result, Jack was locked away. Once he was imprisoned, his army that was a Halloween decoration returned to original shape. Everything was as before. The next day, Sydney and her father go to the warehouse to lock Jack's pumpkin. She leaves it on the box and her dad puts chemicals on it, so no one else could burn it alive. Sydney locks it in and we see both daughter and father happy, because their relationship was good now, which was not good before. Sydney's father begins to sing a song in joy. This is how the movie recap ends. Thanks for watching.